Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to episode 12 in my Anno 1800 Let's Play. Now in the last episode, we did a deal with the pirates in the old world, opening up a very valuable trade route to the Pirate Cove, which would be making us a lot of money. We're going to use that money now to find better items to optimize our production, and then fund an expedition to the Land of Lions. So obviously, Lady Margaret is pretty far ahead of us at the moment. She's at the investor level. No doubt she is colonizing islands in Enbesa, the Land of Lions, already, so we kind of want to get onto that expedition as quickly as possible, just to stake our claim to as many islands as possible to prevent the AI kind of taking it all before we get there. I have no idea at this point, because Land of Lions is quite a new DLC, but it is unlocked at tier 3 residences, so I have no idea what the AI prioritizes there. Do they go to Sunken Treasures first? Do they go to Enbesa first? I don't know. For all we know, there might be no islands available. You do get given one, so at least we will have something, but we are going to need more than one eventually, but we'll have a look. Now, before we jump into the episode, I just want to also mention that at the end of the last episode, I cut some of the footage out just because it was quite bloated, quite a long episode. And one of the things that I did was I did a quest for Anne Harlow, which we can check right now. That's called Taking Its Toll. No trade route is secluded enough to slip away from Anne's grasp. She sent you to deliver the message to every merchant who thinks they can outsmart her. You have to destroy enemy ships with your military vessel. So I basically done this, took out 2 ships, and we've got the proof of destruction right here on my pirate ship that has just come into the harbor right now.
Ready for your share?
There we go.
You shall have a share.
So I just wanted to point that out, just in case people are wondering what was going on with that quest. Alright, so we've actually got some other quests to do. I'm going to come out to Lady Margaret, speaking of her down here first. I still pray for the day my niece gives up the buffoonery of piracy and comes back to me. Please, take her a gift from her aunt and let her know that my door is always open for her return.
I hope you find it illuminating.
Where do we have to get it? We have to pick it up at her lighthouse. Cool, so we'll do that. Let's see, we've got another quest up here from Eli. They think because I'm a man of faith, I wouldn't notice them smuggling their tools of escape inside their Bibles. Show those imposter missionaries the mercy of God. Alright.
You're getting off lightly.
I think I've got ships on the way to this. Oh, that actually, it's a destruction quest straight away. See if we can intercept it. And then I think we've got another quest. Nope, no quest down here. I thought maybe it was on the map there for a second. Alright, so what I want to do here is, really quickly, we're going to fund that expedition to the Land of Lions. But before we do, we're going to go to Cape Trelawney again and start transmuting some items with Nate. So I'm just going to build another clipper. We're going to need it. And that's going to put demand on our workforce. But we've got too many villagers anyway, or farmers. God, I don't even know why I bother correcting myself. I just say it wrong all the time. Alright, that should be fine. So, something we're going to do a lot of in this episode is start beautifying the town. We actually, despite the money being negative, and I couldn't sort it out properly in the last episode, we're actually making a lot, right? Money is going to be going up rapidly every time we do all these different trades. And speaking of trades, there's just even more things. There's always so much to do. But one of the things I wanted to do was, yeah, we should be selling all this. We just don't need it. And really, we could stop the production of it. We'll just sell it for now. And what else do we need? I think it was glass that I've got too much of. Yeah, we'll just sell that. Just let different ships come by to trade it. Looks like we're fighting. Oh my god, destroyed. Excellent. So just pick that up. We're going to send these other ships and just station one at each trader. And just hopefully keep them there so that we can just constantly check back for items and use all this excess money that we keep getting to buy items to better bolster our production chains. And that's kind of what I just plan on doing with the money. And while all that's going on, I don't really plan on building new engineers or, you know, raising our population that much. I kind of just plan on keeping things kind of consistent, getting some items, and kind of like working out what we've got as best as possible, while we also go to the Enbesa as well. Alright, so they're all on their way. We'll just wait to pick up that item. We got it. Alright, cool. So, in order to go to Sunken Treasures, and we need to bring some items with us to get transmuted. And I'll talk about that once we get over there, but I know the items that we need already. So we need 10 planks. We're going to need, I think, 10 canned food. We're going to need 5 steel and 10 sand. And that should be all we need.
Have your investigations been fruitful? A law abider.
So we'll just send this to Cape Trelawney. Off you go. And once it gets there, we'll have a look over there and deal with that. Is our ship nearly down here yet? No, not yet. Alright, so that's pretty much all of that done. Oh yeah, we have our expedition. Let's check it out. Nanuk's Way. The route to the Inuit settlement is a 2-day trek by foot across exposed ice flats. A small expeditionary party set off, leaving the rest at sea to await their return. Although the going is tough, it is not that which preoccupies the crew. As night falls, they are sure something has been following them. Stop for the night and keep watch. 30% bonus chance because of our diver guy. Or force. With your current equipment, you're not ready to do that. Okay, let's do this one. Your sharp-eared watchman keeps vigil. In the small dark of the Arctic summer, he catches the scratch of a bear's unretractable claws on ice. It is trying to approach discreetly, but the watchman is ready. At the sound of his gun, the rest wake with a jolt, only to find a big dead bear at his feet. They celebrate their trophy, and are soon back en route. Alright, he protected us. Let's keep going. That ship will be back soon, actually, and we could send that one to the Land of Lions. So, the only other thing I need to do is we are short on grain, and that is because, well, it's a few different reasons. It's mostly because of the malt at 200%. And as well, the pig farms have increased their production, which actually increases the demand of grain. I didn't know that until a kind commenter replied to one of my comments mentioning that. Because I did account for the fact that we're using silos on pig farms. The 5 silos in total basically equate to 1 extra grain farm needed. But we're over that, only slightly. And I think that's because these are also on increased production, 35%. So that puts 35% more strain on these. So I think that's why we're slightly over. Either way, not a big deal. We're just going to get 2 more of them. And we're going to get Bright Harvest tractors pretty soon. And when we do that, we don't need these, but it's a kind of a temporary thing for now. That we're just going to have them down here. Not strictly part of a grain village. The goal of the vehicle's design, she's talking about tractors. Yeah, we'll get to that. We need steam motors for that, and we could actually build all that right now. We have the brass necessary, we have the steel necessary, but I'll tell you what, the maintenance cost of that building is kind of insane. So we can just have a look at it really quickly. Steam motors requires electricity, we have it, don't worry about that, but it's 1,800 maintenance just to run the building. Now if we pause buildings, it costs us half the amount to maintain them. So we could shut it offline if we wanted to for a while. But it's just a bit too much. It's just a bit too much at the moment, I think. I'm not really comfortable going down to like -4 grand, basically. So we'll just have to leave that for a moment. But I think maybe later on the episode we'll get it. Alright, cool. We're making good money. Money is trickling on up. I've also adjusted the filters of my notifications, so we shouldn't be getting so much all the time that I end up just ignoring, so that should help. Alright, are we good to go? Let's check on these quests really quickly. Ship's still not there. That's done. Good. Anything for... Yes, Anne Harlow has a quest. A noose was loose and the deck licker fell asleep on guard. Damn slacker. Now the schooner's drifted away into open seas. Fetch it, dog. While I nailed his one's eyelids to his temples. Jeez.
Shake the tree, see what falls.
Escort the ship to Escort this ship to begin it. To begin the escort. Approach the ship to begin the escort. God, I can't read today. We can do that after we come down here and sort out this one, I think. We'll have time. I'll pay attention. I'll try to. But anyway, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to get started with. Oh no, I guess we'll queue up the expedition to Enbesa before we really properly get started. But essentially what I'm going to then do is just focus on making this place look good again. Because I did all that down on the bottom. I think around here looks really, really nice. But as we get further and further up, it gets really patchy. Things aren't laid out properly. We need more fire stations and things like that. And I kind of plonked the hospital down really quickly. So I'm going to do a big time-lapse in this area. And I'm also going to time-lapse out here a little bit more to make it look nice. I'll show you that when it's over. But I've got a plan over there. And the same with the artisans. We're going to turn this into a bit of a Christmas area. Because, you know, Christmas as of recording. It's the 12th of December today for me. You know, we're very, very close. It's only less than 2 weeks to go. So we should be adding those Christmas ornaments around the place. People have been asking, how'd you get the ornaments for the lights over here? And that's basically a DLC. A lot of the... If you're ever wondering, how'd you get that thing? It's typically the answer is DLC. I'm not running any mods.
Check a copy.
So, and you get everything with DLC early on. You don't have any requirements to get these things, typically. So that's how I've done it. Also, a lot of people have asked about Ubisoft Club rewards. People seem to have issues with this since Ubisoft Club changed to Ubisoft Connect. All the items became unlocked for me, so that's how I got everything. I had most of them anyway, but the rest of them all unlocked. Unfortunately, for some people, they're having issues where they haven't gotten their items. I don't know. I'm not Ubisoft support, so I can't help you there. But that's all I know about it. For me, it worked, so unfortunately, I don't have any answer for that. Okay, so bankruptcy. Hans von Schlong is in the red. It can only be a matter of time before the bailiffs come to reclaim furniture and wallpaper. This will mean the end of it. This will mean the end if this disastrous venture is not turned around soon. Nah, that's fine. Don't worry about that. We got loads. We got absolutely loads. Still waiting on our expedition to get back so we can go. Good timing. Alright, after weeks of trials and tribulations, your expedition comes home safe. You captured a wild animal. So what do we get? An oryx, a bison, and a lionfish. Kind of lame, if I'm going to be honest. It's just one rare and two uncommon. But whatever. We'll throw these guys back in. And then we're going to get ready for the Land of Lions. So this is the Industrious.
Let's extend the old telescope.
Alright, so what we're going to want for this is, let's see, rations, diplomacy, and faith.
The fire is out of control.
There's a fire. Have to check that. Let's see. We could go with items for the rest. Maybe the Pelican for faith? And the Tugboatman will fit down here. There we go. 2 slots for extra things if we can pick up on the way. Off you go. There's a fire now. Where's that? Let's see. Oh, it's over on Rush. I'm sure it's fine, although it has left ruins. Pave the streets a little bit. Something else we need to do actually while I'm here is fur production could be a little bit better. People pointed this out as well. You can actually get much closer with the fur buildings than it kind of lets on. So you keep your 100%.
I love the fire service. They help me a lot.
Sorry, wrong building.
Everything progresses as expected.
Alright, cool. Lady Margaret has given us a gift for a cherished niece. So, where do we have to take that? I'm guessing we just bring it to Anne Harlow directly, do we? Yep. Great. So that fire, let's just check back in on that. It's left ruins. We'll just fix that really quickly. And then go back to fur production. So the more fur we make over here, we bring it back over to swords. We can sell that to Madame Gehenna. It makes us really good money as well. So that's kind of why I want to get that sorted. So this should stay at 100%. Let's see, what about this one? Actually, it's a waste of money moving it, really. Let's just copy and paste a new one. Hopefully they all stay at 100. So 2 more, I think, will do it for what we need. Alrighty, so I'm also gonna, well, I guess I could do that in the time-lapse, beautify the port, and then we can maybe set up a public mooring soon. So people are saying, like, set up a public mooring, it's free money, basically. Public mooring costs you 400 maintenance. You get 1 coin for every attractiveness you have. We're at 129 right now. Now, if I make a zoo, and we pop some of the items that we've just gotten in it, the cultural items, let's see what we got. So we have plus 30, 30, so that's 60, 90, 120. Well, actually, this is a museum. So 90, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. So
Competitor's island is under siege.
at best, we'd get 200 from a zoo right now, which would give us 330 attractiveness. So it's still not enough to warrant building a public mooring, because it's less than the maintenance cost. So you need at least 400 attractiveness. Now, I know what you're probably thinking as well. Oh, you could get rid of like your pig farms and stuff like that. We could do. People were saying, why don't you put the pig farms over here? Well, the main reason that I'd kind of shied away from doing that is because we are buffing them or boosting them. Each of them is like worth 2 because we're feeding them with grain. And we can't do that on this island because we don't have the grain fertility. We'd have to set up a route that delivers pigs over and then brings grain back. It's just messy. I don't know. It's messy. Maybe eventually. Ideally, there'll be no production on this island eventually when we just build up a lot of population. Everything feeds in here. But for now, it's just a bit too early to get doing that.
Awaiting new horizons.
Alright, awesome. So we're here in Sunken Treasures. Let's just drop off the book that we don't need. We're going to head down to Nate's Island.
On our way.
And a really great tip that I was told about is you should send a clipper to escort your diving bell, and that way when you start picking up stuff you can throw it into the back of the clipper. It's a really great idea, because often what you'll have to do with this is just keep going back and forth, but if you could keep this constantly out diving and use the clipper to go back and forth, it's a really, really great, obvious, I guess, kind of thing to do that I never thought of. So it's really, really good. Alright, so this ship has arrived. We want to send this over to Nate as well. Let's just go back now. We'll get to building Crown Falls a little bit as well. So I think that's pretty much it. We've got all that stuff queued up. I guess it would be nice to see the transmutation. Fudge. So this is something I forgot to mention as well.
Done the deed, have you?
God, that is so loud. It's so loud, even when I'm zoomed out. Basically, something I didn't mention is that Benty is at war with Arthur Gasparov, and it seems pretty likely that he's just going to take her out completely. And there's really not much I can do about it. I could start fighting Arthur to keep her in the game, but it's not really worth it. Let's just buy back these shares real quick.
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Although I don't know if we'll ever actually make that money thinking about it if he ends up destroying this island. I actually don't know what happens to your share if someone else destroys the island. Do you keep the share, or do you get bought back? I don't know. Well, either way, we'll keep 2 for now. I won't buy any more just in case. But I think Benty's on her last legs, which is a damn shame. We've got really good money now, though. We're up to 400 grand. And we just did that other quest in here, so we're just going to queue up this one to escort Anne Harlow's ship. We've got another one out here for Archibald. A delicate matter. Her Majesty has recently become aware of the movement's ailing cause and wishes to donate off the record. We trust you'll keep it all quiet.
Thank you for all you've done.
So we need to deliver 34 weapons.
We'll have it back soon enough.
She sympathizes with the movement's cause? Not really too sure who the movement are.
Ready for a challenge.
Let's just grab 34 tons of weapons, bring that up here. We actually have loads of weapons. It's a construction material, I think. Cool.
How we've longed to get back.
Alright, nice. Our expedition is underway to Enbesa. So I'll probably stop the time-lapse every time we need to...
thrill of discovering new horizons.
Every time we want to read it. It's actually a pretty cool... I've only done it once before. It's a pretty cool expedition. It's different than the other ones. Wow, our money is really good. Did someone... Arthur bought shares from me in this place. Oh, what? I'm a bit confused. I don't remember buying shares over here. Did I? Apparently I did. I'll buy these ones. Keep her alive a little bit longer, maybe. I don't want him buying them out. Alright. What's our share income, actually? Our share income is 1,693. Alright, we've begun our escort. God, there's so much going on all the time. So the last thing we're going to do, we'll do this transmutation. So basically it's crafting. So let's have a little talk with... Well, first of all, we need to load up our ship here. So 10 planks, 10 canned food, 10 sand, 5 steel.
New orders.
So we go into the transmute menu. And the first thing I want to get is the submarine oscillator. So basically, it looks like there's loads of items. It's actually just, you know, rare, epic, and legendary. So it's just one item, but 3 variants of it, if that makes sense. So the first one I want to get is the submarine oscillator, which uses echolocation to allow you to find diving objects and mines. So while La Corona are here, they place around mines in the map, I think, and they can damage your ships and stuff. Or for certain quests as well, but let's just buy this now. So this basically costs 15 scrap, 5 steel, and 10 sand, so that's why I brought that over. We already have the scrap from before. That's fine, don't worry about that. So there we go, we have the submarine oscillator. That's just going to sit down here for now, that's fine. And we're going to want to do our first... Well, let's activate it. So we actually don't see anything. Sometimes it'll tell you a direction to go. Just to speed up the process, and because we've good money, we can just buy... He's got a treasure hunt map right here. He's actually got a... 950,000 for that item. Holy crap. Increased chance of finding items of rarity, rare, epic, and legendary while diving. That's pretty cool. But yeah, unfortunately I won't be able to get that. Peter Flinders, Conservator of Artifacts. Well, we're just going to grab this real quick.
I'm an impulsive shopper.
Aye.
Activate it.
May we see
And then we have to find an island that looks like that in Cape Trelawney. And then basically we can do a dive there.
the crane.
It looks like it might be this one. Nope. This kind of thing could be a little tedious. I mean, it's kind of fun, but I guess when you're recording a Let's Play, maybe I feel like there's a bit of pressure to just find the island real quick. What about this one? I'm seeing like a beach on this side and a beach on this side with a mountain on that side. It can be quite a big island. It doesn't have to be a small one. I don't think so. Nope, it's not this one. God damn. Oh, it's this one, for sure. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we found it. So we just have to head out here. Oh, I can actually see it, can I? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. We can see it. The birds flying around above it means that's it. Alright, nice. We found it. So, now that we're going, we have our clipper trailing on behind. And we have this one. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one, actually. We could just send it around to uncover some fog of war, actually. It'll help for future stuff. Same with the ship. And same this one. So yeah, I know I keep saying it, but before I do the time-lapse, actually, I'm just going to transmute the other item and then send it back so you'll see what we're getting. Actually, no, I can just look at it now. You get the idea. But let's see what we're looking for. Oh, we can't check his transmute menu. Oh, we can. Here we go. So the item that I thought I'd get is just this one. Mystery vending box. So we need 15 more scrap, 10 wood, and 10 canned food, and we get income per house 15%. Affects residences, so we can put that in the town hall up by the artisans, and that should make us good money. Obviously, if we wanted to get this one, we need actually rarer scrap, rare form of scrap that we don't have yet, and so on and so forth. So won't be able to get that just yet, but that item is pretty good. And then there's loads of things in here that will hopefully end up try to get the best in everything eventually. Alright, let's just check that diver. It's almost there, actually. Might as well just do this dive, see what we get, and then we'll hop back to the old world and start improving things. Because now it's a really good time to do it now, because our income is fairly stable, and we're just making money by selling all the excess that we have. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, interesting. We actually got some different types of scrap. And then we got seahorses. Cool.
Just say the word.
Let's just drop some of that stuff off. Yeah, so I was kind of hoping we'd find some basic scrap so we could kind of craft that other item straight away. So I guess I'll just have to periodically check back. And see if we find any, because this should kind of buzz and beep and show you where things are when we get a bit closer. So I'll just have to kind of scout around the map and check back every now and then to see like, oh, do we have any items? And once we get enough scrap, well, then we can just transmute more items. So it's just going to be something I have to constantly check back with every now and then. So I'll just hotkey it as well. All right, nice. So yeah, I think we'll just start to reorder this place now. All right, so we're going to go into time-lapse mode. Basically going to do those quests that we have in the background, and I'm also going to just basically make the place look a little nicer. All right, let's begin. All right, we have the first part of our Enbesa expedition, the journey to Enbesa. Will it be a Lispo or Al Sok? Choose your next port of call on your voyage to Enbesa, Land of Lions. Whenever you visit a port, new ports will become available. You can also attempt to visit every single port, for example, stopping at both a Lispo and Al Sok. Great rewards may come to those who succeed in this, but remember to keep an eye on your morale. So I head to Olispo.
Draw your pistols.
A streetcar named Olispo. The lights of Olispo glimmer through the spray as your sailors hasten to secure their mooring.
To fear once your longboat goes end over end.
Music and merriment spill from the narrow streets, wafting aromas of warm bread and savory fish fresh from the tide. With a thrill of pent-up anticipation, the sailors stream off the ship excitedly crowd onto the pristinely new yellow tram, laughing as it rickets off into the warm night, hailed loudly by festive locals. A flurry of ample sleeves turns to them genially. Buonanotte, friends. From whence does the tide bring you? Sorry, I don't know how to say that. Buonanotte? Buonanotte? Lie, we hail from Il Campaniel, or whatever that says, or we serve Her Majesty. I'll try this one, I guess. I don't like lying, but okay. Your attempts at a Campanilese accent draw a few laughs from surrounding passengers, but the man's insistence on making broken conversation soon become trying for all. One of your men mutters something about him minding his own bloody business. Don't you have some goats to adopt? The native's face flares with fury, rounding on the sulking sailor and answering in your own tongue. I tried, but your queen already has, Sir Archibald. There is a stunned silence in the tram car while your crew reel with shock and disgust before a thick-set young lass leans in and knees him heavily in the midriff, sending him tumbling into a crowd of his outraged countrymen. For queen and country! So a big fight is broken out, I guess. 15% extra force chance. A roar of approval rises from your men as the man sinks to the floor, crimson-faced and groaning. Several burly, mustachioed passengers leap into the fray, belts wrapped around their fists, only to be tripped and set upon viciously by sailors eager to vent weeks' worth of restlessness. A whistle sounds through the haze of torn upholstery, the local constabulary. Your crew promptly jump down from the tram with a flurry of jabs for good measure and disperse into the surrounding streets. Well, looks like we got the better of the fight, but we did lose morale overall. We didn't get anything from Olispo, capital of trams. Alright, we'll go to Al Souk. I guess that's like Portugal, Lisbon maybe, and this is Tunisia? Alright, anyway, back to the time-lapse. So the first thing I wanted to do was just update one of the side streets that had been annoying me for a while, and then I put down a new fire station by the docks just to give greater coverage to the city. Now up by the Artisan District is where I really spend most of my time, and that's doing out a sort of a Meet Father Christmas area, having our giant Christmas tree as the focal point to the Artisan District, and then having Father Christmas sitting there right beside his presents, right beside the drinks tables for the adults. And I was kind of experimenting. I'd never used this DLC pack before, and I have to say it's actually really, really good. There's a lot of variety. There's these food stalls that are Christmas themed while people wait to go in. There's drinks tables, there's small Christmas trees, there's a big one, there's a snowman, and then there's obviously updated assets then as well for if you've got fencing existing already, you can then kind of wrap it in festive lights and ornaments and things like that. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. I've put the new fencing around the church. Father Christmas obviously across from the church while people wait to meet him and stuff like that. So I just think it's all like, I don't know, it just feels really nice and festive. I've honestly decorated this more than I've decorated my own apartment with lights and things like that. Now out by the Artisan District, when I'm placing ornaments around here, I don't think I've ever talked about it, but what I look for is, I look for like the little side streets, I look for like what the building's actually doing and try to put ornaments down that match things correctly. Like if you see a side street but you put a big tree in front of it, it doesn't really make any sense. It's not really a big deal, but if you end up walking around the city, you want to look at things in detail, it doesn't look quite right. So what I end up doing is I look for things like canopies. That's obviously where people are selling things, and I put down, you know, dining tables. I look for large kind of areas that are kind of off on their own. That's where playgrounds can go. If there's big walls or the end of streets, you know, trees and stuff like that can go there. It's little details like that, I feel like, that really do help bring things to life, so that no matter how long you look at it, it feels like things make sense, and people seem to walk around it a little bit better when you do that too. As you know, people will interact with buildings and then your ornaments and go from one to the other, so if you kind of line things up nicely, I don't know, it just looks quite good. Now, before I go, this episode was super heavy with expedition stories and readings, so I've ended up cutting out a lot of them, so we're just going to jump straight to the most important parts of most expeditions after the different time lapses. Not wishing to interrupt the music, one sailor walks up to a man about to enter a nearby house and taps his soldier to attract his attention. The man turns a curious face to his unexpected intervention. Gesture between your mouth and the man indicating that I wish to speak to him. Point out the surroundings and give a thumbs up indicating you find his home beautiful, or place your hand on your heart to indicate you're glad to meet him. I don't like the idea of pointing to my mouth and then to him. It's almost like I want to eat him. I don't think thumbs up... That's pretty universal. Place your hand on your heart to indicate... I'll do the thumbs up, I guess. The man starts unpleasantly, visibly insulted, before casting a witheringly contemptuous glare at your expectant crew. Judging by the condemning stares they are suddenly attracting, your sailors understand the gesture must have some unknown, possibly derogatory meaning here, and wisely decide to retreat to the ship before committing another faux pas. Damn. Alright, well, let's go to the ancient labyrinth. Off we go. Alright, back to the time-lapse. Alright, so I'm actually going to be trying something different for the first time, which is placing down a large construction site where we know that buildings are eventually going to go. So instead of just having large vacant open areas or giant blueprints, it actually looks a lot more alive and like it's actually progressing. I got this idea from a moderator in my Discord, Bitmark, when he was posting a screenshot of his Variety Theater, which wasn't built yet, and he just had several sand pits. And I thought, oh, that's a really good idea to actually make it feel like it's coming alive, especially in places where we know we're blocking it out for a long time in the future, and it's just going to stay empty. It just seems to make sense to have something there in its place, and it looks really cool to have like an actual ongoing building site. So you can see I moved the hospital back into the center of the city. That was a while ago we did that, but I had to dress the set with that one. I decided to put like statues outside of it. And then around the different estates, just kind of dotting it around with the different things, updating all the roads, placing down some trees, some park benches, things people would have outside of their houses like clotheslines and swing sets. Always by the farmers. I always give them an outhouse. They need to go somewhere. Whereas I'm sure the workers probably have some sort of simple plumbing system. I hope so. I don't know. I'd like to think so. And then by this separate market here, we're just kind of updating it with a drink shack and a playground. It's a bit more of an upper class market as we get closer and closer out to the artisans, so that was the idea there. Darkness there and nothing more. Footsteps echo against a distant vaulted ceiling. You reach for a light and find one match left. One match and then darkness. Advance without light or strike your last match. Go without it. You tread a precautious path across the room, hands outstretched, fumbling for an exit. Something cold grazes your hand, then a moist, warm breath slowly exhaled. You feel a pronged spur jutting into the palm of your extended hand. A growling, thunderous, and ominous surges into your ears and face. Strike your last match. Hey, a reward discovered. What do we get? A bullhead Rythan. A great bovine head, cruel-pronged, flares into life as you strike the match. You let out a squeal. Then something catches your eye. Moss growing on the creature's eye. A statue. Lifelike to a fault, and one of the finest craftsmanship. You discover that the brackish warm air gushing in from a hidden aperture in the wall on which it is set is being amplified ingeniously by the Mammarial's beast mouth. A momentous discovery, an entire civilization, a hidden culture, a forsaken sanctuary, an epic for the ages. Thrilled, you reach behind the creature's neck to a glimmer of light and pry open the brittle wall behind it to emerge into the fresh air of the day. A ritual drinking vessel found in an ancient labyrinth, carved from a single block of black steatite. Alright, it's not actually that good, really. 30 attractiveness. Alright, a great bovine head, cruel-pronged, flares... Oh, we read that already? Yeah, this is what it just said. Cool. Alright, go to the Crocodile Delta. Egypt. I guess this was Cyprus, was it? Maybe? I think looking back on it, it was most likely Crete. But yeah, basically just building out the pier here. Unfortunately, I feel like it's really difficult to get this pier to look good. I have another save file of a different island with a different beach where the pier looks awesome. But this one, the shape of that beach is just so awkward to get like looking good, I feel like. Which I think I talk about a little bit later. But essentially just putting some finishing touches over on the Artisan District and over by the engineers. Mostly just doing out the Christmas fencing a little bit more. Placing down the railway because we know that we're eventually going to have it as well. And putting some ornaments in between the crossroads. Dotting around some picnic tables and things like that up by the artisans where I've left it blank. And then just putting down another pier so we can open up the docks even further. To take a drink from the waters, you realize how tired you feel and decide it's probably best if you rejoin the expedition. Damn. Oh well. Alright, to the Kolyazma Canal.
Ready for anything.
Let's go. Now I think I'll leave the time lapses there. I did quite a lot.
Read a peace deal.
Oh, the pirates and Arthur have gained a peace deal. In fact, I might see if I can get something with him. Likely.
Every little bit could make a difference for us.
Every little bit does make a difference. Oh my god, it's actually raining. Oh man, it does not rain very often. Oh, it looks so good. But yeah, I think we'll have a little walk around at the end of the episode up here. This place, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out now. I think it looks pretty good. There's still some extra things we could get when we level up a bit more. But I really like how it looks. And the Christmas theme we have going on, I think, looks good as well. Now, some people were saying I think you can actually trigger snow with some items and stuff. So I think I'll try to figure that out and do that in future. Cape Trelawney. Alright, gonna stay over on Cape Trelawney for now. See if we can't get ourselves some... So let's see how much time do we have left on that quest. 22 minutes? I think we could do it in 22 minutes.
On our way.
Yeah, the reason I keep looking top down is because it'll show you this graphic. But I'm not seeing it. Anyway, we'll just head up here. We'll buy another item off him if he has one for the... He's got maps of the old world, which is cool. I guess it'd be a good idea actually to buy a few of those. Like if we had like 2 or 3 and then bring it over rather than just go over for 1. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. They're only 20,000 each, which isn't too expensive. Might get the flagship up here and do that as well. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a good idea. I think just save up a bunch of treasure maps and then we can do all like a bunch at once, which would be really nice. Especially if we have the oscillator. They can just point us in the direction quite quickly. An expedition, we'll have a look at it in just... I guess we'll have a look at it now. Alright, the Kolyazma Canal. The explosion scattered debris across the canal as your helmsman carefully steers into the nascent Kolyazma Canal. A deafening blast ahead of you sends most of your crew sprawling across the deck. The initial shock overcome, they rush to their stations and pull the ship into a crawl, bringing it to rest mere feet away from the listing, flame-racked carcass of a ship. Doubtless it will be days before all is cleansed and navigation can resume. One of your sailors furrows their brow. Isn't it odd that there ain't no one in the water? Odd indeed. In fact, there's no trace at all of the exploded ship's crew, an irresistible mystery. Request ship records from the canal authorities, 50% bonus or 5% bonus for naval power. Alright, we'll try this one, seeing as we have the lady and the extra stuff we picked up. It's helping us quite a bit, actually. And we can see why that is. That's because this gives diplomacy 10, this gives diplomacy 30, so that's 40 totes. And then obviously with the beer, we've got extra diplomacy, so diplomatically, see what happens here. It takes some persuasion. I don't know what she was doing, but you convince the officials to let you look into the cargo report for the ship. It reads, FS Du Ferries, H from the Aquitania, cleared for crossing this day. Upholstery and tools. NTD, nothing salient, yet something feels off. And your sailor quickly remembers, FS? Is that not an imperial prefix? Then why register the ship as foreign? Slowly it dawns upon you. Assuming this is no mistake, does it not imply deliberate sabotage by your own countrymen? It may have implications for the crown if you were to inform the locals. Our loyalty is to the queen, or these people have a right to know. They have a right to know. It's a difficult decision, but your crew decide to share information with the Kolyazma authorities, believing no loyalty should take precedence over rightening and injustice. The canal master thanks your captain profusely, commending his honesty and insisting that your crew be rewarded for their integrity. Before taking his leave, your captain extracts a promise from the grateful official that no mention will be made to anyone as to the source of the information. Well, there we go. Got away with it. Well, we didn't get anything. So, go to the Savannah or the Holy City? Go Savannah. That's onward to Enbesa. Well, it says it both ways. Yep, Savannah then. Boop. Oh, my ship's still not here. Clipper is keeping good pace with our little steamship here. It's been a while since we saw the flagship. So, treasure hunt, Old World, New World, and Cape Trelawney. Let's just buy them all. Well, maybe not the New World one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's a good idea just to stay here and keep buying those in case we need them. Till we're full up. Alrighty, so this episode's gone on actually really long. I'm sure Time-lapse will trim it down neatly, but oh, I just noticed. Why is that? Are there ruins here? Was there a fire? We're short on housing. Oh, it could be because of the extra fur production I built. I should fix it. Housing's fine over here, though. And this place is looking good. Unfortunately, I feel like the docks doesn't look really good, but it's a difficult one to do because you can't build it in any further. It's just kind of the way it is. All right. Anyways, to focus back on production chains and the game itself, rather than just making the town look nice, what we need next is we want to get more and more engineers, and then just keep up with the bottom tier of stuff. So that just means upgrading artisans as it stands. So I'm gonna upgrade the ones that are out of the range of this. So upgrade the ones that are tucked in here. Do 5 of them. I actually tried to do 6 there, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with that, we might have enough to start getting power fed into these guys. But unfortunately, we don't have enough oil if we want to do Bright Harvest and power these guys. You have to do one or the other. There we go. We've got our little enclave. We can see this. It's a building site, obviously, for future projects. Then we just have one little house that needs to be placed somewhere else. How much are we going to grow up to now? We should have plenty of glasses. 31 out of 40. 34 out of 40. So we're only getting 3 more per household over there. And what do we need? 1,000? Man, we need a lot more houses then. A lot more houses, if that's the case. Although, I actually have to check the desires, don't I, as well. So, pocket watches are at 1,000. Coffee is at 1,000. So, coffee and pocket watches are the next thing. We need 1,000 engineers for it. It's crazy how much artisans I have. I just don't even need them, really. Just before I just want to put back down blueprints for where those houses kind of were. There we go. Just so I don't make a mistake when I'm rebuilding the area.
Rose cheeks and
Now, I know what's wrong. We're short on bricks. That's why we can't do the upgrade. We'll just come back here really quickly. Pick up some bricks. Russia's got a festival going on at the moment. An arts festival. Maintenance costs have been reduced. That's good. Haven't had a festival over here in a while. Instead, I just keep getting plagues. Sickness chance is really high. Fire chances getting better. That we've popped down a few new ones. Still quite high up around the industry, though. Yeah. Excessively so. Alright, with those extra houses, let's just see, can we handle what we've got now? Penny farthings is fine, glasses is fine, fur should be okay. I think rum is okay. I think so. We have a look at rum. Seems, yeah, more than okay. Double okay. Then we have the sewing machines, which is okay. Canned food is fine. Beer will be okay as well. But as we upgrade, it means we're selling less and less overproduction produce to the NPC, so money will go down. Although money comes up, though, in terms of balance, so that's good. And then, yeah, the bottom stuff doesn't really change, really. It should only get better because we're removing artisans. So good. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to kind of decommission some of the extremities of this area, which is unfortunate. I really like it. I'm sure eventually we'll need them again. But right now, it's more just a case of populating this area.
There'll be monsters abroad.
I bless the rains down in Africa. Finding kindle dry enough to start a fire proves difficult atop Pride's Rock, especially with recent rains. You struggle to light small pieces of some piles of damp grass and twigs, but your efforts only attract Lion's attention. A female leaps towards a man struggling with a tinderbox. He ducks backward, narrowly avoiding a killing blow, only for blood to spurt to the ground as a ghastly tear appears in his jaw, his teeth visible through the wound. Your crew take cover behind what small flickering torches they've managed to light and start the achingly slow descent back to the plains with their gored companion in tow. At least he lived. For now. Alright, one place left to go, I think. The Holy City.
Not the worst, manifest.
It's a hell of a journey. So we'll just have to look on every single island until we find 3. 1, 2, there it is. We got it. Alright, so queue them up. There it is right there. We can see it. Great. So while we're doing that, we can do the expedition. Okay, so a holy pilgrimage. Tales abound of a city sacred to all in this land, and the holy pilgrimage that must be undertaken by the faithful at least once in their lifetime. Your bribe attempt was successful. The crew traded several goods against their lives, but the officers still refused to let them pass. Bastards! Your party is rounded up and cantered back to the harbour amid a fierce cavalcade of the officers' maroon-saddled horses. Turn away now, never to return, or suffer a cruel fate. Their leader insists you have no choice but to board your vessel and leave. Having seen what little of these lands, harsh and beautiful in equal measure, have to offer the soul. My god. I think we've failed every single one of them, except maybe the bull, the labyrinth. We failed it badly. Sile Amidus? Oh, there's actually one more. 10 morale, actually. We're down to 33 now. At least money's decent. Oh, hey, money's positive. Oh, because we have a festival. Nice. What do we got? Bonus income plus 5. Increased visits 100%. So having a public mooring now would actually net us some money. So we could build it. A little early for it. If we don't have a... Well, we'd earn 12. Without a museum or zoo, or zoo, we'd only earn 12 right now. I don't even know where to put the zoo. Keep thinking about that. Maybe up here would be nice where I plan to build the World's Fair. Or I was also thinking of shifting houses down here and building like a zoo at the back, or like museums and stuff at the back of this place. And that way it's kind of close by the artisans as well, somewhere like there, if we change the crossroads and stuff. I don't know. It's difficult because it's obviously so square, and then we've got this big river going through the place that has all these bends and turns in it. Or we could just build it on a different island. People had mentioned that if you want to just keep this place a little bit polluted, go to a more pristine island and have it there. Where have you been? My darlings are lost, I tell you. Lost, I tell you. An entire collection of made-to-measure hats and headpieces that cannot be replaced. The last time I saw them, they were in excellent condition and still more capable of impressing that feeling of timeless grandeur upon all who lay eyes upon them. A pickup quest.
Set sail.
Where do we have to go?
Don't be shy.
Nice, we handed in our quest with Margaret.
Wise beyond your years.
Good, she's loving it. Oh, we found another item as well. Cool. Let's see what we get.
Look what blew up the blowhole.
Nice, we got some basic crap, but I need more. I need like 20, I think. God, I got 19. So unlucky. So that's one of the things done. We have another map to open up. So yeah, I'm looking for this small little island. It looks like it might be... Well, I say small. It might not be small, really, but it looks like it probably is. Oh, I think this is it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it for sure. All right, cool. Got it. Just before I lose my mind, what was the other quest we were doing? Pick up flat sand. Oh, yeah.
Steer us forth.
And then I'm guessing he wants us to come back to him, so I'll just send the ship here. We've also got our own little quest to do.
Help us out, will you, boss?
The community could use some bonding. Help me organize a good old-fashioned barbecue, yeah? Just get the sausages and bread, and I'll take care of the rest.
Spare a thought for us.
16 sausages, 16 bread. Probably have that, right?
Spill the
Should do.
sauce.
There you go.
A little love is all we
A ship
ever
toolbox. Alright, cool. Alright, let's check in on the expedition.
Meet my standard.
Man, this is super expedition heavy, this episode. Go to the Regal building, or go back to the cave. I'm gonna say... go to the Regal building, I guess. Oh my god. The corroded hinges need to be excised from the frame before it can easily be prized open, and the company slip into the dusky hall, glad to escape the swelling tempest. There's an air of rustic elegance to the faded red walls patterned with white chalk. A low secretary of rich chocolate wood holds a wealth of parchments old and new. Who is it that comes unheeded to these halls? Comes a sudden and commanding voice. And what have you done to my door? A venerable man stands atop a nearby staircase, clad in raiment of gold and turquoise, his long beards braided with strands of netted gemstones. His hands rest on the railing for support, but such is the nobility of his bearing that your expedition find themselves bowing low to him. We come in trade, as tradition warrants. That's a lie. but sure.
What's eating biscuit for?
A reward discovered. What do we got? Give me something good. A treasures of Sal Amidos. His brow knit together in disapproving contempt. Lies are the fare of wild dogs. Shame on he that cannot speak truly. Ta Netjer was once a mighty harbour, however. Its people have long since been exiled, and its king forgotten. He falters, pain flashing across his features. As with all things, even Ta Netjer must return to the mists. Take whatever riches you may find, I ask only this of you. Cherish the fleeting moments you share with your kind, too often soured too early by fate. And keep the memory of this land alive. No land truly dies until its story has entirely passed from memory. He bows curtly and steps into the shadows. Stunned, you search the palace for him, but he has vanished. You do, however, find many treasures, and as Ta Netjer disappears into the fog, one man swears he saw a gargantuan figure slither to rest on its shores, nestling in the island in an embrace of gold and turquoise scales. Attractiveness 50, yeah, there we go. The many and overflowing treasures of the realm, none believed to exist. Clearly, they were not hardy enough adventurers. We have to throw something overboard. The pelican, will we set it free? And keep the lady? Because we could use her. She is an archaeologist, which helps with certain things. Let's set it free. While throwing it overboard. I'm sure there's... Yeah, there's land nearby. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Never did us any favors anyway. Alright, on to Enbesa.
This ain't fair enough.
Got barely any morale left. Man, what an ordeal. I'll probably end up cutting out all the ones that failed because I've so far, just a little insider information, been recording for over 2 hours. So, and most of it's been reading those things, I think. A lot of it's been reading those things as well as doing the ornaments. Very strange episode where there's probably quite little gameplay, but the next one there's going to be quite a lot actually, I think. Wow, we've got loads of money. Did anyone buy shares? Yeah, Margaret bought shares from you here. I'm going to buy them back.
Doing your bit for charity, are you?
Okay. Still good money though. 300k. I'll take it. Alright, what do we got?
Certain shores.
Smoke on the waters. Ship astern, Captain. She's gaining on us. It's an attack. A powerful ship, Latines taut with dry wind, ports gaping with expectant violence, swivels out of a hidden nook past the heavily wooded coast. She's flying a flag of carmine and sable emblazoned with the triumphant sun, colors unknown to any of the crew. As she deftly weaves in and out of the waves, catching the draft masterfully to close the distance with great speed, a thunderous explosion rocks her port side. Something whistles through the air and plummets into the emerald waters behind your ship. You swing hard to port, breaking line as your gun ports creak open hurriedly and your deckhands take careful aim. Aim to shatter the hull. 5% bonus chance. Let's try it. We're no way prepared, but what can we do? Your gunsmen rush to the cannon to prepare to fire, but a well-aimed volley forces them to take cover while the enemy's guns reload. As they scramble to secure the guns and prepare their shots behind cover, a new salvo belches from the enemy's starboard batteries, now perfectly positioned to ravage your deck. A confusion of screams and shattered wood erupts as the projectiles carve a deep swath, tearing several gaping holes in your ship's side. Repair the hull before water breaks in, or fire back with everything you have. There's no way prepared for either. Fire back. A handful of men rush to the carpenter's aid to seal the breach with tarred cloth, while the rest of your crew brace the cannons for carnage. Blaze after blaze of thunderous cannon fire roars out as your gunmen shatter the enemy ship's flanks with deadly accuracy. Water gushes visibly into its lower decks, causing it to list heavily as sailors scramble to repair the many gaping holes in its hull. A burly man in what must be an officer's attire suddenly bellows over the din, his voice heavy with a tang of authority. He appears to be holding a young man at gunpoint. Mercenaries and murderers, trust Katima to stoop to such methods. Silence your guns or your friend here will taste lead. We will pay you handsomely if you release us. Offer a bribe, but we have never met this man, nor heard of this Katima. I will try to get the guy free. Beer? Do you want some beer? Oh, God. Well, I ain't giving you any of my stuff. Wouldn't do anything anyway. Sorry, then. I guess there's nothing I can give you. I thought they'd like some beer. Your bribe attempt failed. Impossible. We do not care for what you've earned in blood and injustice. There is no price worth sacrificing our freedom. As for him, he points to the young man, dressed in fine garb and looking slightly worried. He assures us you are a rescue party sent to by the usurper Katima. Doubtless he will pay richly for the safe return of so many of his henchmen. Or perhaps a more gruesome message needs to be sent. Seize them! Call the men to battle stations? Chances aren't great, but what can you do? Your crew draw swords in a shiver of steel, rushing to close quarters in an orderly line. They prepare to welcome the onslaught, many of them holding shivs and small throwing knives in their offhands. Blades clash as the foes swing and clamber aboard, only to be methodically cut down by your sailors. One tall, tough, rough-robed enemy fells 2 of your men with a series of swift blows before falling to 3 adroitly thrown knives to the throat. As he tumbles to the deck, the foes around him retreat in fear. As the last of the enemy goes overboard, a slight rasping is heard from the port side ladder. Someone is coming aboard. Aim the rifles at the intruder, or wait for him to show himself. Aim the rifles. Obviously. Hearing the dry click of rifles cocked and ready to fire, a voice protests from below the railing. Hold fire! I am the man they were holding prisoner. After a moment's silence, a hand appears upon the railing following the lithe figure of the young prisoner, evidently disconcerted by the score of rifles aiming at him. Sorry for dragging you into this unfortunate situation. Those rogues sank my ship and slayed my crew, as I was desperate for any kind of help. As he says this, the crew lower the rifles a little. I feared they wished to prize from me my lord's secrets and plans. When I saw your sails, it seemed my only reprieve, so I told them Yanahoy Katima sent you. Who is Yanahoy Katima we keep hearing about? Emperor Sal Katima is the heir to the throne of Silmawi, lord of the high and lowlands known as Enbesa, which you may refer to as the Land of Lions. Under his rule, Enbesa has risen to great heights of prosperity and might, as our emperor has a vision beyond that of his predecessors, a land united and bountiful, a nation to rival the great kings of old. The young man frowns wearily. Alas, there are those who would not see our people united. The haughty princes of Angareb refuse to yield to the emperor, and are resolved to wage war against him by any means, and to whatever ends. But why attack you? Of course, pardon my manners, I am Binyam, son of Kyria, emissary of His Imperial Majesty Katima. I am on a mission to seek out experts from around the world to assist with the many ambitions my lord has for Enbesa. The Emperor wishes for the name of Enbesa to be sung and admired for its learnedness, beauty, prosperity, and wisdom, but let us not tarry here. Come, follow me to Tabarim, where my lord will be sure to reward your brave generosity. Set sail for the south, past the pillared reefs with ochre flowers. Cross the marshes and then you will see it, ancient Enbesa with gold-lit mountains, slumbering lions, and proud peoples. Off we go.
Yanihoy, Ketema. May I introduce my benefactor, a renowned city planner from the distant north.
Such noble hearts are ever welcome in Enbesa. So, you heard I was seeking for talents such as yours to expand our new capital.
Kind of.
Our meeting was serendipity alone, my emperor.
Kind of stumbled here, to be honest.
Then the Lord truly smiles on you. There is opportunity here to be part of a tale greater than all of us. So far, I have neglected this arid province of the Empire, seat of the kings of old. But from the dust, a garden will bloom anew.
It's just like all occupied by Lady Margaret.
Many lives of kings has it been since last Enbesa was so united, frail as that legacy may hold. Some would see us divided, each to their own purpose. But they are blind to the greater threat. Hungry eyes turning south towards us. In unison and with pride, we will return their stares.
So must all stand to defend their share, or be eaten.
And so to you, I would entrust the raising of Taborim, our new capital on these lands. May it grow to unite all Enbesa under one covenant. Young Binyam will help you settle, share his plan for the canals. Taborim may soon shine like a jewel of peace on the girdle of this great nation.
Awesome. We made it. Only one session left to go, which is the Arctic. But rather unfortunately, we cannot, well, we're going to find out now, actually, how many islands are occupied. We can't settle multiple islands until we get a little bit going on the first one.
Speak with you on matters of great importance concerning all Enbesa. I, Saleh Ketema, Emperor to Millennial Enbesa,
At least, I'll tell you what, though.
Bid you rest here a while, seafarer.
At least we got our money positive. We know that we're making bank in the old world, selling off our excess. So things are pretty sorted back home for us to now focus on, I would say, both Sunken Treasures, Cape Trelawney, and this place. Man, the timing on that. All right, let's drop this stuff off. Actually, I could do with the scrap. There we go. Keeping the canned goods. We're gonna pull up one last thing if we can.
Under attack.
Ship under attack. What's going on? Oh no. Wait, hold on. It's fine. Don't worry about that.
Is that all you have?
There you go. Hey, look, we're almost friends. Soon we'll get peace and we might be able to even trade with him.
Every little bit could make
And
a
I
difference for us.
actually can't remember. I think he buys rum or something for like a ridiculous amount. So maybe we could up our rum production. I've been meaning to build a fighting arena. Can we do that now? Yeah, we can. There we go. Right across from the market. Bit of a gap between them and the houses, though. I didn't want them right next to it.
Don't even mention it.
He's got a gift for me. Oh, thank you very much. I went for a walk in the mountains and found my pack of nibbling on it. Go on, take it. It's not like I need it.
Not even my alpaca. You have it in you, boss.
Quartz crystals. Another museum item. We're starting to gather quite the collection.
The Admiral.
Alright, good. So, we've got a little bit of diving to do, and then I'll be wrapping up the episode. Let's see. We still have that map to look at, yeah, as well.
On our way.
Right, while we're moving out in search of the sonar thing that's happening, we can have a look. So, 2 beaches. One in the north, one in the south, and then some little bits of islands around it. So let's just go through this. There's only one there. This is it. Let's just duck in here real quick. It looks like there's one really close by. Ah, it looks like it's like right over here, is it? It must be here. It's just the way it's gone. It looks like it's I would anticipate that it's like right there, but it must just be around the corner. And later on, you can get a more powerful version of this that basically shows you where it is across the map. With a very, very wide cast on it, let's say. Benty's still alive, at least. Is that Margaret? Oh, it's Margaret, sorry. How's our share value and share income? 1,200. I think we actually lost. Yeah, we just did. Benty bought back some share. Let's just buy it back from her. Buy it from Margaret.
Must be you want to finance.
Alrighty, let's see what we get. So what I'm looking for is about 20 scraps so I can get that item, bring it to the old world, and then get more money out of our artisans. Oh, and speaking of, though, we actually just got that other item for the artisans, so maybe now I don't even need it. Or I could put it by the engineers, actually. They're going to have a town hall as well. What do we get? We got some special scrap. Okay, cool. And then we're heading out to this island, right? Can't remember exactly where we're supposed to reach. somewhere at the back here, I think it said. Alright. Let's just take a look at that item then, actually, and then maybe we'll just wrap it up there.
More than ready.
Oh, I never chopped off those bricks anyway. There we go, the actor. There she is. So, right now we have the headmistress, which reduces chance of illness but only gives us 2 bonus income. We have reduced needs 30% for rum, beer, champagne, schnapps and champagne, so everything alcohol. Moderation Act, right, I guess. She gives us residences with the variety theater need fulfilled are provided with rum and canned food. So it's actually maybe not as good as what we have. This just affects everybody. Well, it's 30% reduced needs. Whereas they're automatically fulfilled with rum and canned food. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good. This is bonus income. I kind of want to keep that. This is also bonus income. Like, we could double up on the needs reduced, right? Like that. But it's kind of almost... it's partly a waste for the rum. Yeah, it's partly a waste for the rum if this removes rum completely. But at least it still reduces the amount of beer. I don't think there's champagne or schnapps consumed here, so... Yeah, not that good. Maybe for engineers would be better, because they consume, like... And if we have investors, that would be champagne and rum, you know? So I'll just get rid of it for now. Instead, stick with the headmistress. We have that other woman here as well. Workforce 15% if we wanted... I think that'll be much better placed on the engineers. So build a town hall around here. That's where the town hall is going to go. It's building right now. Alright, nice. Well, money's up. You know, we sorted out the finances. Supply seems to be stable. We haven't, like, dipped in and, like, money's not fluctuating like crazy. It's just the share value that's changing. Money's going up. We're still producing an excess of goods that we're selling to the NPC traders. We've got ourselves some items. We're in Enbesa. Let's check out... Arthur's on that island. I have a feeling there won't be really any islands for us. God, and we're full up on this ship. We'll have to make some new ships, actually, and come out here. Thinking about it. We could get another 2, maybe, made. Good. Alright, yeah, I think we'll end it in Enbesa then, seeing as we're just about to wrap up. Let's just...
Of my palace, shall you help me raise a new capital from the dust?
There we go. So he's offered us a trading post. He gives us this island for free, but it's going to be up to us then to make what we need. And that's, I think, what I'll be doing the next episode. Make what we need so we can settle another island just quickly. I think I really only need like 2. Be nice to have 3, but I think we just need 2 to get the different fertilities that we're going to end up needing. And then we'll talk through Land of Lions a little bit more later down the line. Then we've, of course, got the other islands of Wahadesha and Caduce and Atoni. So this is the, obviously, Land of Lions DLC, part of the Season 2 pack. It's awesome. Probably the best DLC, in my opinion. Or Bright Harvest, depending on what you like. But this gives you a lot of content. So there's a lot to get through on this one. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm seeing Margaret's ships here. I'm seeing Arthur. I'm guessing there's probably nothing left for us. Now, I don't know. What are we, episode 12? Just 12 hours in. Maybe 13, 14 hours in. They do colonize pretty quickly, I must say.
Just say the word.
But who knows? I feel like I could probably buy shares from Arthur, and if we buffed up our military, he actually wouldn't wage war if we did it, and we kept him happy. So there's that. There is that possibility. This looks like a pretty small place. Hopefully there's just some places left for us. And yeah, we might want to start setting up stuff like a museum and other things.
Amazing, you know what to do with them all.
There we go.
Seeking new horizons.
I'm going to drop these items off here for now.
To unite the many peoples of Enbesa, you must prove you can provide for your own.
We're going to set sail to the 4 corners of the map and try to uncover everything. He likes that I'm expanding slower than him. That's good.
Your people are willing to fight.
Oh, we're on negative influence now because we've taken over islands. We need a bigger population, basically. Well, we're about to get one. We're about to increase the population at Crown Falls.
Ship of the line reporting in.
Have your investigations been fruitful? So, a law abider.
Good. We're not getting very many items from quests. That's the reason I've been kind of doing them, but it's mostly just bits of money.
Journeying to the center of the earth.
Delivery quest. We'll do that as well. Damn, I came here to check something and I can't remember what it was. No idea. Anyway, gonna send this to Enbesa. Is that it? I think we might be done. We've got the little festival going on here. Oh, I remember what to do. So I'm gonna save it right now. And we're gonna have a look at the place at nighttime. And have a little walk around our city. In fact, I know what to do. Let's go... What time is dusk? Yeah, let's go from dusk to midnight. We're going to take a journey through the city. People have been asking for it. And it's nice to do at the end. So we're going to walk all the way up to the artisans. Now, the artisans have had half their city destroyed, but we'll just stay in the local area. So obviously we have our port. Should probably clean that patch of grass up, actually. And the port really is out this way. So that's the main supply warehouse. We have the ships coming into the several piers. Our harbor master's office right over there, overseeing the guns and the different trades that are coming in, because we have a benefit to the amount of trade that we get done in there. I think it's 20% increased trade prices or something like that for everything passed by. We can see the engineers up in the distance on the hill, which is awesome. Alright, let's keep going. So this place has had now all of its ornaments put around. It's never really going to change again, I don't think, for a very long time at least. Unless we want to do some heavy optimization. And we can kind of think of this as in we want to get up to the Christmas market. The parade's going to be coming through here eventually, I guess, past the fire station.
So simple, is that what it is?
Remember as well, I'm not wasting any time because I've saved it. That's where the episode's really going to end. And we'll pick up next time. There we go, we can see the parade. Remember, of course, the children's play area right across from their school. I'm just going to turn it down a bit. It's really, really loud for me. All right, the hospital. So looking on things in first-person mode from below, this is an Easter egg mode, remember. It's not really intended to be looked at like this. So you do get some weird clipping and stuff, but I think the hospital looks pretty cool. It's got its memorial outside the front of it. Maybe the person who... maybe the patron of the hospital, you could imagine. Alright, so to get up to the mountains, we're going to have to... Oh, whoops, sorry, my mouse went off screen there for a sec. It's not clamped. We're going to have to find a way down some side streets here. Get out to the second pub, where there's a drinks shack as well outside the market. Never really into the kind of industrial area where the clay pits are. I might have gotten lost in my own place here. Yeah, a little bit. There's actually a different road out. We're about to hit it now in a second. There we go. Alright, now we're going to take the road up to the artisans area. Now, some people were saying they asked me to do that mountain trek. Apparently, that takes like 20 minutes. So, don't know if I'm going to do it in the series, because that's a lot of time. I don't know how people would feel about it. That's actually nice blending. Normally the game doesn't blend that well. It's pretty good. Alright, so first thing we see as we come into the artisan area, I actually want there to be some billboards here, but right now it's the university. We've got our Christmas decorations all laid out in it. And we've got the artisan houses. So we could nip down the artisan districts for a bit, for a little walk around the cliff edges. We've got some of the city lights ornaments here. Now the game, I love this game. It's so cool. I feel like the city's awesome. I know it's my own, but I just love the way everything's laid out now. I'm really, really happy with the artisan area. We've got all the little... So where there's extra, like, stalls and things like that, I decided to put stalls out the front. So, like, stalls like this. Shop windows. I put for other stalls kind of outside the front of it and things like that. Let's go do some cut through here. Oh, who's a good boy? Oh. Cat looks like she's afraid of the dog. Maybe I could go back around this way. Alright, and we're at the back of the school now. That is certainly me. I am an Anno-holic. There's the town hall. So the town hall with its billboard that says Merry Christmas. It's got the Christmas decorations all up. Everyone's living life up by the artisans as the parade walks around the church. The focal point of the town, of course. We've got pizza. I know we've got gaming pizza commenting in the videos lately. I don't know if he's still watching, but I did mention that there is actually pizza in the series. And there we go. So at the moment, the Christmas tree is at the front. We have like kind of like Christmas star, the North Star, I guess, for the wise men at the front of the church. And then we have this little new area set up with the Christmas tree, the main city Christmas tree, with a snowman. And then we have Santa Claus, or some variant of him, with presents and stuff ready. So we've got this little pathway. You'd imagine the queue would be formed here for people to go up and see Santa. It's a little late tonight. And then maybe some people can get some drinks, buy some things at the shacks over here, some candy. And of course, all decorated with Christmas ornaments, as they should be. And some people had called for us to look out over the city. It's a little difficult on this area. We have to get around the back. Should be able to fit right here. There we go. So that's us looking over the city. It's not perfect view yet. There we go. This is the area I know. I've been up here a few times. Turn on our own little light. How cool is that? And when that engineer district in the World's Fair over there, I think this will look very, very good. And yeah, this place largely has ornaments now. So I think just if I keep the camera like around here, everything you're in view on the lower part of the city has its ornaments and is done largely. And then if we were to look maybe during the day, we'd see perhaps it's quite hard to see the river, but the mills turning in the distance as well, you know? Yeah, it looks quite good. And then of course if we didn't remove the artisan houses, I have to go back this way. If we didn't remove those extra artisan houses, we came back all the way out here, you get another view of the harbor further down into the town. Yeah, it looks good. Let me know what you think of how the city looks. I know I'm behind with the Enbesa and stuff. We could actually just have a quick look over right now. See how many islands are there. Oh, God. This is free, I guess. Kind of sucks, but it's free at least. So, Margaret's on this one. Not much there yet. And she's on this one. Arthur's on that one. We'll have to see. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. It's quite the super long episode for me, but hopefully I've edited it down nicely for you guys at least. And let me know what you think. Alright, thank you guys very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you want to support this series directly, you can click the join button to become a channel member. Doing so will get your name in the credits, as well as loyalty badges and emotes to use in the comments. If you don't see the join button, it means the video has been copyright claimed, but you can still join from the channel page on desktop. You can also link your account to our Discord to get a special role on there that will give you access to the Senate House and a few other perks.